loading a code plug from your Anytone D878 to your Anytone Mobile D578 today on Ham Radio 2.0.
Shut up and sit down.
All right. Hey, guys. Good afternoon. This is Jason, KC5HWB, with Ham Radio 2.0, where we do reviews and how-tos of anything that's new in amateur radio. So if that is something that you find value in, consider smashing that like button, the thumbs up right below. Also, a new feature that YouTube just released, I'm actually a beta tester of, right down below this video where you're watching, if you're watching on YouTube, right next to the thumbs up button, there's a button that says applaud. And when you click on applaud, it gives you the optional, clicking on applaud is optional, obviously. When you click on applaud, it allows you to make a $2 donation to this video. So it's another way to monetize the video. It's very similar to the super chat that is found in live streams, but the applause works on uploaded videos, so it's really cool. Anyway, I was getting really happy and excited to be part of that beta group. So today we're going to load the Anytone D878 code plug into the 578 radio. Now, if you watch my video right here, I will link that to the unboxing and debut. It's not really an unboxing, the debut video that I did on the 578. So probably going to be doing a few videos on this radio because it's going to be a popular radio in my opinion. So we're going to go over here. And if you watched that first video, you saw that I was having trouble just opening. You can't just take the 878 code plug on your computer and open your 578 CPS and then open the 878 code plug inside of the 578 CPS. You can't do that. So you can do that on the TYT radios. You can do it on the MD9600 mobile radio. You can just open an MD2017 or an MD-UV380 code plug inside the 9600 and it will work. Well, I think you can do the UV380. I know you can do the 2017. So the HT code plug opens inside of the mobile CPS, and it just loads into the radio. But Anytone made it a little bit more difficult, but it is, as I said in the previous video, get-aroundable. So we're going to show you how to get around it today. Special thanks to my friend Chris, 2E0UKH. I actually watched his video and learned how to do this, and I'm going to put it on my channel. So, you know, feel free to share in the other video stuff there as well. So this is my 878 code plug, which I opened, and I actually just went ahead and read, because I made some on-screen keyboard adjustments to this code plug over the last little while. And there's probably a few updates in this code plug that I've made on the front panel that are not in my saved code plug, because I haven't made any updates in the CPS for a while. So I went ahead and just read this code plug. So it's in here now with all of the settings, the channel, zone, radio ID, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to go Tool, Export. And what Chris said, is that you should actually create a new folder in on your desktop or something to save all this stuff in, which I didn't do that yet, but I'm going to just kind of do it my way. I don't want to copy him exactly. So export all. At the top of the window here, you see an export all, and it's going to be default CSV file name for all of these items down the side here. You can export them one at a time, or you can export all. So I'm going to do export all. It's going to ask me where to go. I'm going to, when this new window pops up here, now I'm going to create a new folder. And I'm just going to call it D878 export. Okay. Enter. And go inside of that folder and click save. You gotta type a file name. Okay, so D878 export. That's fine. And click save. Export all default CSV file name. Yes. So after that goes away, click OK, the window goes away. You go back to your folder you just created, which I've got in Radio Code Plugs Anytone, and my D878 export folder is right there. I click on it, and it shows me everything that it just exported. All of these, that was a brand new folder I just created, all of these files it just exported, including this .lst file. That's your list. You're going to want that here in a minute. So now we're going to close the 878 software, which you can see up here in the top left corner. That's what I'm in. We're going to go to the 578 software. So we're going to open that up. It's really nice of Anytone to give the same exact icon to both the mobile and the HT software, but not make them compatible with both radios. Go figure. Anyway, okay, so this is, I'm going to go File New. This is what we were using. This is what I was using in the last video. All data reset. Yes. Okay, there we go. I just don't want any rogue information or conflicting information, so you want to start with a fresh file, and then we're going to go to Tool, Import, okay? And once again, Import from File List. His button is at the top. We're going to go there, and this is the folder I just created from the 878, and it's got an that LST file is right there. That's the list. So instead of clicking on each individual CSV file, it's just going to import everything right there. I'm going to go to Open, Import from File and List. Yes. And now it's waiting. And it's going to take it a few minutes. Depending on the size of your code plug, this might be fast and this might not be fast. So, name conflict. Ignore this problem and continue importing. Yes. Name conflict, automatically rename. Yes. Import complete. Okay. Show imported conflict information. Yes. Line 810 and line 178. Channel name. LCL9, I don't even know what that is. LCL-9D star. Again, this code plug, I've got a lot of different junk in this code plug that I've gotten from various sources, and I need to go back and write it a fresh, brand new code plug, which I'm actually in the process of doing. I'm happy to share it with you guys once that's all there. So, there is the information for the entire code plug that I just imported inside of my 578 CPS, which this is what I couldn't get loaded in the last video. So I just want to make sure this is right here. No. Metro, yeah, that's right. And, yeah, okay, Texas statewide, DMR link, Texas statewide there. Okay, so we're good there. Now, one thing I am going to do is I'm going to go here, and I'm going to change this because I have two DMR IDs, and one of them I use for my HTs, and one of them I use for my mobile radios. You don't have to do that if you've got two of them. You should have two of them. Everyone should have two of them. I just do that because it makes it easier for me. No other reason. So you can now go into optional settings and set any of this stuff you want to set in here. Power off. Power on, passwords off, default interface, custom character. I'm going to put ham radio just because I can. 2.0. Oh, so the dot doesn't work. Okay. Strange that it wouldn't do a dot. Ham radio 2. In fact, you know what? Let's just do it here. Ham radio 2. There we go. Let's see. GPS, I'm not going to jack with that in this video. Scan, you can scan from 400 to 480. I get this question a lot. A lot of times I'll review a UHF radio or a dual band radio, and sometimes people will email me or just put a comment on the YouTube video and say, will this radio go up to 480? Because they have a commercial thing they do with some business or some city that the viewer is asking about, and they need some kind of frequency between 470 and 480, because a lot of these UHF radios only go from 400 to 470. This radio, this Anytone radio that we're looking at right here, this dude right here, goes to up to 480 megahertz. So those of you who are interested in the 470 to 480 megahertz band, this radio will do that. So that's FYI there, because I know some of you care about that sort of thing. Let's see. Record. No, record off. Maximum volume indoors. That's fun. Work mode. Zone A, Zone B. We're going to go to hotspot for Zone B. Main channel set as A, memory Zone A. Yeah, so what this does is, what that does is when you boot the radio, it automatically sets the A band, the top line, and the B band, the bottom line, to whatever zone you want. So you always start in the same place. Let's see. Bluetooth, I'm not jacking with that in this video. Power save, I don't care about power save because we're always going to be on a power supply with a mobile radio. No battery on the mobile radio. And my VFO, I want to set my VFO to, a short press on P1. Voltage is on P2. Power is on P3. Talk around's P4, reverse P5, and encrypt. Now I'm going to turn encrypt off. I don't care about encrypt. FM radio. I guess I'll set it to scan, although I don't typically scan with... oh, there it is. Off. I don't typically scan with my DMR radio. I just set up receive groups or turn on monitor mode, whichever. Some people scan, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I just generally don't set that up. I've got so many different DMR radios, it'd take me forever to set up a scan list on all of them. It's already taken me forever to create a code plug for all of them. That's why my code plugs are always so out of date. Let's see. Oh, zone... Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, so anyway, I can jack with that a little bit later. Long key P1, yeah, short key. PB? Interesting. Okay, let's just turn that off. I'm just going to turn that off. PA, yeah. A, B, C, and D. That's going to be these keys on the butt. When it says PA, PB, PC, and PD, I short press, I believe that's these A, B, C, D keys on the button. We'll find out. We'll find out. Let's set B to zone... zone up, and C to zone down, because that's how they're actually marked on the button. Zone down. Okay, good. Now, again, you can set this stuff here. This is kind of neat. Some of this stuff is... I'm just going to press OK to that. Now, moment of truth. Here we go. Write to radio. Write data. Okay. I'm not going to do digital contacts. We're not doing contacts in this video. We're doing all the channels and zones and subscriber ID, or the talk group IDs and digital contact list. Or I'm sorry, not digital contact list, but my radio ID list, which is only my one radio ID. So I'm going to click OK. Band error. It still says band error. You'll notice that my shirt and my hat have changed. And the background changed. Yeah, this is the Mount Pacifico in California, where I went Summits on the Air with Josh, KI6NAZ, and his crew. So, band error. Am I in the right video? Yes, you are. Okay, band error. Here's why. Figured it out. Now, what you want to do... Long story short, this took me about a week to figure out, okay? When I got this, I got my 878 HT, this guy right here. I got this from Bridgecom. And Bridgecom told me that they had put it in... Okay, let me rephrase that. I was under the impression Bridgecom had put this in amateur radio mode. Because there's a sticker on the box that says, you know, amateur radio, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know if maybe they missed it or if I misunderstood what they were telling me. And that's very possible, okay? The reason that I was getting band error, and I'm going to show you this right here. So if you open your 878 CPS, and at the top go to Model and Model Information, it's going to pull up this little window here. And right here, it's going to say, mine was saying commercial US mode, and it was all zeros. If you hit the drop down, you have all these different modes that the radio can be in. Now, you can't really change the modes without some developer tools software, but you can't change to all of the modes. You can change between commercial and amateur, and that's what we have to do today. So originally, when I was getting band error, my code plug was in this one right here that says commercial. Actually, it was commercial Europe mode and 5 zeros. It needed to be in commercial US mode 000001. Okay? So the way that you change that is you don't change it in this drop down here. This is just giving you information. Go in here, optional settings. It pulls up this big window right here. Go to the other tab, and this last drop down here is called choose working mode. And before, my original code plug, and I kept wondering why can't, because I have an 8.7, this is an 8.78 plus, I have an 8.78 over there, and on the 8.78 you would check the box for VFO and I'd hit the button and it would go into VFO mode. I could never get VFO mode to work on this one. I never took the time to sit down and figure it out, but that's why. It was in professional mode. It was not in amateur mode. So all you do is read this radio, bring it up. If it's in, check your mode. If it's in amateur mode, you're good. If it's not in amateur mode, go to optional settings, go to the other tab, change this drop down from professional mode to amateur mode, click OK, write that same code plug back to your radio, done. And now you'll have VFO in your 878. And also, you will be able to export. Now, here's what we do. Just like I did before, okay, tools, export. And I'm going to export the entire thing with this top field right here. And I'm going to go ahead and create, this is the one I did before. I'm going to create, actually, I've been jacking with this for a while. I have it written right now, but I'm going to go through the steps to show you guys. So I'm going to put new export. Doesn't matter what you call it. You can call it whatever you want to. That, go in here. I'm just going to call it 878 alpha. Again, doesn't matter what you call it. Save there. Export all. Default CSV file name. Yes. Export complete. Okay. I'm going to come back over here to my 578 software. So you got to be real careful about that because, again, the icons are the same. I'm going to go to, this is a brand new code plug. File new, all data will be set. I just want to start with a fresh code plug, okay? So make sure that everything is out of memory. And then I'm going to go to tool import, import from list, new export, that's the one I just created, and there's a .lst file, open, import from file and list, yes. It's going to give you that status bar there that's depending on how much information you have in your 878 code plug. This might be really quick or it might take a few minutes. Now, see, that didn't take long. Import complete. Okay. And now there's everything in my 578 that was in my 878. Now, this is where we got last time. Okay. I left that in there because I'm thinking that there may be some people out in the real world that have the same issue. So I want to show you guys how this works. So now we've got, let's switch over here. There we go. So there's my 878 or 578 tri-band radio that we were toying around with earlier. Okay. And I want to just kind of switch back and forth between here and there. Now I'm going to make sure that my COM port is set. COM 6, yeah, that's what it is. It's on COM 6. And I'm going to go to program write to radio. Yes. I'm not going to do digital contact list. The next video you're going to see on this series is about how to write contacts. We're going to do that next. Okay, so it's unboxing radio, showing you everything. This one's the code plug. The next one will be contacts. So other data is okay. Boom. You see that? It's moving. So excited about that. So excited that I actually got that to work and I didn't have to put in 300 channels again. So, PC write. Copying data to the radio, do not power off. And this over here says write data complete. Okay. And the Anytone is rebooting by itself. And there it is. So what you do have to do is I think I mentioned this earlier. Maybe I forgot about it. The optional setting, when you import from the 878 code plug, it completely blows out your optional settings. The optional settings are, it just sets everything back to default. So click the optional settings on the left menu over here, open up this window, and go through and just set everything you want in here to what you want it to be. Week and a half's worth of tinkering around with this freaking thing and trying to get it to work the way it was supposed to work the first time. So at first I thought that it was not going to be possible to export. One vendor, it was not Bridgecom, I'm not going to say who it was. One vendor told me that it would not work because your 878 is a dual band radio and your 578 is a tri-band radio. Okay, they said it won't work. You can do it overseas. There's Chris, 2E0UKH, Chris, overseas in England. He did one, and he has a YouTube video that shows how to do this exact step that I just did. But in England, they don't have the 220 band over there. So all of the radios they're shipping to England are locked down to dual band. So it's easy to export from a dual band and import to a dual band. Easy. And that's what he said he did. He's like, yeah, it works fine. I haven't tried the tri-band because we don't have it over here. So I'm like, okay. And I contacted a vendor, and they're like, yeah, you can't do that because it's going from dual band to tri-band. You can't do that. And I'm like, but it's the same. It's not like you're taking away. The tri-band radio has more features, not less. I'd understand if you're going tri-band to dual band because then you'd have a bunch of information over here that's not available here. But you have all of the information in the dual band is already in the tri-band plus more. So why can't... So anyway, so... The vendor, again, not Bridgecom, the vendor who told me that was wrong. And through a series of beating my head against the wall steps, I figured out that, it has to be in amateur mode, which it should have freaking been in the first place. But for whatever reason, it wasn't there. So, woo! Okay, so that is that. Sorry it took so long to figure that out, and this video ended up being longer than I anticipated it to be, but you know what? I wanted to show you guys, once again, the frustrations I was feeling so that if someone out there, because every time I put up a how-to video, someone comes along and says, well, I tried those steps, it doesn't work. And I don't know if they're messing up or if the radio vendor has changed something and different firmware, different this, different that, I don't know. Okay, but these are the steps these are the frustrations that I encountered when trying to import my 878 code plug to my 578 tri-band radio, and this is how I got around it, and now it's working fine. So hopefully for you guys, if anyone experiences this same thing, you'll be able to watch this video, follow it, figure out how to do it, and make it work for you. 73, check the next video. We're going to import the entire 150,000 contacts into this radio, and then we're going to do some QSOs. 73, you guys take care.